pepper spray. Corey, we know this, that if Roman Reigns...
All right, that sounded weird. I don't know where that sound was coming from. Everyone, give me just a second here.
Super Showdown.
All right, hold on. Here we go. This is going well. Here we go. All right.
Already off to the races. There we are.
Well, hey now, everybody. It's your pal, The Rob, from Kiss 106 and 103GBFRocks.com. Here with my tag team partner in podcasting, the Arabian Facebuster. Here is Jerry Valeri. Good morning, Jer.
You may be wondering why I took my pants off. Because my balls was hot.
What?
My balls was hot. Listen, I know you don't watch UFC, and I know it's weird to start right after Super Showdown talking about UFC, but I swear to God, the best pro wrestling action showed up at the UFC on Saturday night, and the best promo of the year was done on Saturday night by Derek Lewis after he knocked the dude out. That was the funniest thing ever. He took his pants off and just had his undies on, and he's putting on new shorts after the fight. And Joe Rogan's like, "Why'd you take your pants off?" And he goes, "Oh, man, my balls was hot."
That's not the guy who knocked out McGregor, is it?
No. That's Khabib. No, Derek Lewis is just this big ass heavyweight black dude, and he's funny as hell. He was swearing like crazy. I was gonna post his interview because it's the best. It really is the best. And I was gonna post it on the Post to Post Facebook page, but there's so much language. I was gonna check with you first. But like they were like, well, that was an incredible knockout. You know, you're the number one contender now. What do you want to do? And he's like, kind of like a fat dude, but he just has a punch that will put you to bed. And he was like, "Oh, man, F word, S word. I'm going to sit my black ass down and work on cardio. I ain't trying to fight for no title." Then he looks at Joe Rogan. He's like, "Hey, Joe, I want to go on your podcast and smoke weed with you." And he's in the middle of the octagon. And my balls was hot. That's all I have to say. Google it, fans. You'll love it. It was one of the best pro wrestling promos I've seen all year, and it happened at the UFC.
And then, of course, the mayhem at the end of the main event was what everyone's talking about.
Dude dives out of the cage. Khabib is nuts, and he dives.
I heard the K isn't it just Habib, or is it Khabib?
It's Khabib.
Oh, okay. I heard the K was silent.
It's Khabib. It's Khabib, and no one can do his last name. I'm not even going to try that. So Khabib goes over and goes after Connor's jiu-jitsu coach and his whole team, and then two members of Khabib's team goes in and starts swinging at Connor, who's still recovering from getting his neck cranked. I was like, put him in a cell. I've seen the memes since then, and other people agree with me, but the second I saw that, I was like, hell in a cell. Or have the teams go at it, because the teams hate each other. Let's have some war games. Let's do this.
Not going to happen, pal. Not while it's a commissioned sport, I don't think.
My pal.
Well, listen, I watched Super Showdown. I didn't watch UFC, but I watched Super Showdown.
I did too. I watched it over the course of Saturday. Started early morning and then worked my way throughout the day after certain engagements. I
started Saturday night, watched it until I fell asleep, and then I resumed Sunday morning, finished it. Curious as to where, because this could be interesting because of the way our review of the Greatest Royal Rumble went, which was one of our most talked about episodes of the year because of how many times we reference how differently we felt about that show.
We were on totally different. I had, even now, like when I think about the Greatest Royal Rumble, like it brought up like visceral anger in me. This one doesn't, because I think I had lower expectations and I didn't expect the world, and I certainly didn't get it. But they did make sure they gave you some water cooler talk. They did make sure that it wasn't just a glorified house show in Australia. I mean, let's be honest, about 3 hours and 15 minutes of it was, but they gave you a moment. They gave you a couple things, and you know what they did? You know what they did that the Greatest Royal Rumble didn't do? They gave me some really good wrestling matches. They gave some really, really good wrestling matches that I enjoyed.
There was some good wrestling at the Greatest Royal Rumble, and I feel like that term glorified house show is becoming a bit of a crutch, because I don't think that
it was appropriate. I think it's appropriate.
Do you?
For the Rumble it was, but not this time, not the Super Showdown.
I don't know. I still
they
don't
went
agree
away
with
from
that.
But I did love the fanfare and the spectacle of it. I mean, the minute it starts and you see this huge arena and the fireworks are going off like crazy, and it makes me remember how much I miss WWE fireworks. I mean,
Greatest Royal Rumble had fireworks.
It just didn't do it for me. And I'm wondering if I'm going to feel the same way about the Saudi Arabia show, the next one coming up. And I'm wondering, the crowd's different. The royal family sitting in their loungers. I just didn't like it.
I still maintain you were just a victim of these ridiculous expectations.
Might have been.
Yeah.
Might have been.
So now that they were more realistic, maybe you were more content.
But I'm not prepared to compare one to the other. Like, I just hated that show, and I'll always hate that show. But I'm prepared to move on and not compare anything to it. And so I let Super Showdown stand on its own, and it had good wrestling. It had some moments. I'm sure we'll talk about it. It had some moments that I didn't care about. Some stuff went way longer than it should have. But it was okay. I liked the show. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was fine. It was pretty uneventful. I'm curious as to what you thought the water cooler moment was, because nothing's jumping out at me as being a real water cooler moment that people would be talking about. And I'm still a little bothered by I would just call it a bunch of missed opportunities, which the Greatest Rumble suffered from too. But there was opportunities for them to kind of do things, and they didn't.
I thought the water cooler moment was at the end. It was predictable. We kind of knew that they were going to progress to a tag match, I'm pretty sure. But when Shawn Michaels gets chokeslammed through an announcer's table, it goes to what you said. I'm just piggybacking on what you said last week. Shawn Michaels taking bumps like this. Shawn Michaels is back for action now. That's awesome. And it's water cooler worthy because the match ended but it's not over. Undertaker and Kane decimate Triple H and Shawn Michaels to end the show. I thought that was cool. It could have ended with just hands up, everybody leaves happy, but it ended with a storyline driven move, and I enjoyed that. That was cool to me, and it was like the only one of the entire time, because everything else was just business as usual, except for now we have a #1 contender for AJ Styles, and that was a surprise to me.
Yeah, and I'm excited about that, and that's going to take place at Crown Jewel, and that's got me pretty fired up. I think that's going to be an amazing match. Unfortunately,
awesome match.
Unfortunately, that Miz and Bryan match wasn't able to deliver this weekend. It didn't really have a chance to. Of all the ways they could time out this show, I wish that would not have been a place that they would have cut time.
Yeah, they cut a lot of time for that, and why? So we could give Undertaker and Triple H literally 48 minutes from entrance to ending. It was like 48 minutes of that.
Well, I wouldn't just blame. I mean, it's not. I don't blame one match for that. It's just, I wish they would have gotten. I don't care if you cut a few minutes from every match to get it there.
Right, but would you agree that the main event was a little long there in the middle?
Yeah. In fact, I may have dozed off now that I'm thinking about it in the main event.
It was 48 minutes from entrance to ending, and I wouldn't cut the entrances because those are awesome, and I wouldn't cut the ending. There's just some, we could have had 8 minutes less of punching. That would have been fine. The whole beginning where Shawn Michaels is super involved, but Kane wasn't. That was weird, and then Kane finally started getting involved. But it was.
Well, look, he's a mayor now, man. He can't be getting his hands dirty.
It was a fun match, though. I enjoyed that main event. I thought the Cruiserweights did a great job. I enjoyed Charlotte and Becky Lynch. I really enjoy that feud and that match. And the Shield match made me happy as heck.
So let me go here for a second, if you don't mind. I thought there were 3 matches this weekend that I would consider to be in the great category. There were 3 great matches on Saturday.
Okay, I thought I had 3 too. Let's see if you and I agree.
I'll go in order.
Okay.
The bottom 2, there's one match I loved, and then there's other 2 that I thought were great. The Cruiserweight title match was awesome.
Best match of the night. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
Okay.
No, in fact, I can't figure out which one I want third and which one I want second, but it's not #1 to me. The other match, Joe and AJ, I thought was great.
It was amazing. It was a really nice ending to that feud. It seems like that's going to be the end for now anyways. Great match.
I greatly prefer a no disqualification match to a last man standing match.
Absolutely.
And then my match of the night, if you want me to be totally honest, Shield versus Dogs of War.
Love that match too. And I love that match too.
All those matches told a really good story, specifically Shield, I think. I just thought it was real. I liked how they teased the Dean Ambrose thing again. A lot of innovative moves these guys have been feuding for a while now, and they were pulling out some big spots that I haven't seen before. And man, I don't know. I was feeling every moment of that Shield match. I'm
fully expecting a little bit of dissension in the ranks tonight for the Dogs of War, because you notice that Ziggler's the one that took the pin again. So
yeah,
I wonder if we're going to get more of that weak link stuff. I thought that was great. And I thought their entrance was awesome. I made a note that I wanted to say that, like, that's something in Australia. They felt a little wild to me. You know, they were sitting on those white plastic picnic chairs and they were all crowded in on the floor. Like, it was absolute madness. And watching the 3 Shield members coming down, and they're swarmed, and they're like pushing people off of them so they can get through. Like, it's usually just a clear path.
And they had those face masks on. And
the face mask, I thought their entrance was top notch. Like, yeah. I geeked out for the Shield. I loved the moment. Just that quick tease of in the middle of the match where you've got the Dogs of War on flanking Rollins and Reigns, and then Dean Ambrose comes up and he comes in and he nods like he's going to attack him, and then he just runs right by Reigns and drop kicks the living piss out of Braun Strowman and then jumps out of the ring. Like, I just loved it. It was a great match.
I love that spot where Strowman was trying to tackle somebody, and then he got a spear from Roman through the barricade, which is usually a spot, like, usually when people are going through the barricade, I kind of roll my eyes, but for you to do something innovative with it, I thought very good. So I was down with that. So
that was really great. And I'll say this though. I feel like Australia is so desperate for good wrestling. Like, they're out of their minds, because they didn't really chant like crazy during that match, but there was like, they were exchanging punches in the main event, and they're chanting "This is awesome," and there was like a double clothesline, and it got a holy S chant, and I was like, you guys are out of your heads.
They were kind of unique in that they were kind of boisterous as far as cheering the heels and booing the good guys. I thought that was interesting. I didn't expect that.
Right.
So
I also, if we're going to talk about good storytelling, I want to give credit again. And if you would allow a 4th match to go on your tops, I think it's Becky and Charlotte. That told a really good story, and it continues to. And I love how the match ended with her taking the belt instead of tap and just hitting her with the belt and getting disqualified. And I'm in on that feud, and it's not often that I can say, like, I'm in on the women's feud, but I am.
Yeah, I don't know. It's working for me. I can say that. To me, it wasn't in the same league as the other 3 matches that I mentioned, but it was still very good.
Yeah.
And you can have 4 great matches, and I can have 3. That's fine.
Sure.
What haven't we talked about yet? Let me give you a run sheet here. We can just kind of go in order. The New Day defeated the Bar. I didn't really have a whole lot of opinions about that. Did you?
Yawn. It's a yawn, but I see why they do it, and I see why they're delaying the breakup of New Day. And you know where I see why they're not breaking them up right now? Because as bored as you and me are, as bored as like Michael and Steven and Benny and all those guys post, as bored and as stale as New Day is, when they're coming to the ring, Evan and Allison, my kids, were dancing. And they were like, and then all of a sudden they wanted to eat pancakes. I'm making pancakes for breakfast on Saturday because of New Day. You know, they're a huge kid act. They're fun, but you know, as far as the storyline goes, that's a real yawner.
It's worth mentioning for me. I don't hate New Day. I just wish they, you know, like, to use a radio term, I just wish they would get air checked. They just need to focus.
Okay.
I just want them to be to embrace those things that people have always loved about them and get kind of rid of the weird stuff. I don't need them to disband for me. I just want them to be what they were.
I feel like at this point they stopped scripting them completely and they just let them go out and do their thing. And 60% of their stuff works. And if they just fine tuned it, like you said, you could get 90% of your stuff working, and that's when you're really cooking with gas.
Yeah, and they know how to do it. They just choose not to, I feel like. So I would just like to fine-tune them. Also, I found out a fun little tidbit. Remember Mr. Bootiesworth?
Yeah.
Do you know who that was?
No.
You might appreciate this. That was Dewey Foley.
Was it?
That's what I just read a little while ago, yeah.
Wow, I didn't recognize him, and I even saw him on the show with Mick's daughter, but I didn't.
Yeah, I watched Holy Foley too, and it didn't register with me either. So I just thought you might appreciate that. You mentioned
Cesaro and Sheamus looked good. I thought too. I mean, they've really come together as a legitimate team, and they got big pops in Australia.
Yeah, for sure. We mentioned how much you loved Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. I thought it was good.
I did. I enjoyed it a lot.
Cena and Lashley over Elias and Kevin Owens. This I'm getting my recap from CBS Sports. They gave it a D. I don't remember being anything exciting. I was not, just like this site, I was not all excited about the 6th move of Doom. Your thoughts?
It is a D. It's exactly what we thought it was going to be. Cena comes out and he does his thing, and now he's got the 6th move of Doom. Who cares? It's like, oh.
Well, I was kind of, if you would have told me that he would have it, that he's been training in China, which we know is true. He's training with Jackie Chan apparently, and
sure.
that he was going to come back with a new move set and B, a new finish. I would be excited about that, but it's just like a backhand. Like, it's so weak.
I mean, and he's got this dad haircut that I can't even handle. And you said it. When you said he looks like JBL, it's all I see. And not even like JBL, wrestling god JBL. He looks like JBL now from the neck up. And I was like, I don't want to see John Cena getting the Arn Anderson. I don't want to. He looks like a dad on steroids now.
Well, that's what we got for you. I just wish it would have been a cooler thing than a backhand, which, by the way, it's like, I watched it live. I watched the replay. I didn't even get what I was seeing. It just didn't look like a move that should be a finish. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
The Iconics over Asuka and Naomi.
I thought that's how it was going to go. So did you. You picked that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was easier because it was Australia. And boy, I mean, your prophecy from a long time ago, it's all but complete.
Yeah,
it's all but complete. Asuka is under the ground, buried, not the comeback.
I mean, yeah, I think that she'll be around. Like, I don't think that she's, getting, future endeavored anytime soon.
Oh, no, she won't get future endeavor. But what I mean is you're not going to see her main eventing for women at WrestleMania.
Look, that period of her being specialed is in the rearview mirror, pal. That's that. And I knew it at WrestleMania.
You did. And you were absolutely right. I did not believe you, because why would they spend so much time making her like the undefeated beast that she is? But Vince sees what Vince sees. Vince wants you where he wants you, and that's that. That is that. And
you could have rebuilt. Like, it didn't have to be what it is. Like, it could have been protected to some point. Yeah, there would have been a crack in the armor, but
sure, everybody loses eventually. Just because you lost one doesn't mean you have to lose for the next 8 months.
Yeah, it's a bit sad.
But she did, and to the Iconics nonetheless.
So I was really impressed with Buddy Murphy. Can I say that? His look, his style, he is what a cruiserweight champ should be.
I remember what I said on Friday. I was like, I'm going to pick Cedric Alexander because I don't even know who this Buddy Murphy is.
I thought about that.
And I said, you know what? Guess what, Buddy Murphy? I know who you are now.
Well, no, what the line that stuck with me was, I'm going to pick Cedric Alexander because every time I've rooted against him, it's bit me.
It bites me every time, and then it's
one time he's always bitten you. Yeah,
I'm picking Buddy Murphy for at least the next 7 months.
I really liked Buddy Murphy. He really impressed me. That match was fantastic.
Great.
Oh, and I should probably have started by saying congratulations on the Lock of Destiny. And not only that, on all of our disagreements, you shut me out, the two of them.
Thank you. That was, well, what did you, because you thought the Riot Squad, I thought that was the only one that was weird. Picking the Undertaker, who's going to give you crap for that?
Yeah, no, I did feel good about that one. The Riot Squad one less. Although I am surprised that they haven't, like, Ronda has no direction heading into Evolution.
Till tonight.
Okay, maybe we'll see.
Until tonight, and we're gonna get Nikki Bella. Oh, we're gonna get Nikki Bella. Unfortunately, Brie Bella didn't botch anything badly on Saturday. That's the only reason I was watching that match so intently.
She's on her best behavior.
Every time Brie was in, I was like, "Come on, land on your head or something, hurt somebody."
Someone throw a banana peel in the ring,
please.
We mentioned, I thought that the Shield versus the Dogs of War was the match of the night. Jerry thought it was the Cruiserweights. That to me are very close. Daniel Bryan, we talked about that one, and then the main event. So I guess we hit the big things. I do want to hear what your letter grade is, though, because I've got one.
I'll go ahead and I'm going to give it a B-. Happily, B-. It was a 4-hour show. It could have been a 3.5-hour show. They could have given Daniel Bryan a little more time with The Miz, but it is what it is. Hopefully they'll have their epic battle at WrestleMania, and that's kind of what they're saving their gas for. B- it is.
So I have 3 things I look for in a good show. I feel like we got kind of one of them, which was, I thought the wrestling was really good. I think with 3 great matches, it wasn't a bad show. It also is worth mentioning it's not a pay-per-view. I consider this different than a pay-per-view. However, the show was built very well. There was something I was excited about with like pretty much every match. They're all angles going into this that I cared about. Joe and AJ hasn't built very well. The Dogs of War and the Shield have gotten so much airtime. Bryan and Miz, like, these are all angles I care about.
Even the Triple H and Undertaker has been built well, even though I don't like the foundation that it's built upon.
Sure.
Like, I thought it was super thin, but they're building a hell of a feud. They're making me want to watch DX take on the Brothers of Destruction. Like,
yeah,
they're doing okay there.
So you got that combined with the unique setting. Laugh if you want to, but the unique day with it being Saturday morning, and I watched it on a Saturday night.
I won't make fun of you for that, pal. I make fun of you for Friday, but you know how you love stuff on a Friday? It hits me right in the childhood feels when I can watch pro wrestling on a Saturday morning. That's how I grew up watching pro wrestling. So, like, Saturday morning pro wrestling for me was pretty awesome.
Let me make it very clear. It's not I love wrestling on a Friday. It's
I love it on a Friday.
No, I love it on a day that's not Sunday. I love it being different is what I like about it.
Not Sunday, not Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday. Like, it's like a special day. Remember Saturday night main events? Man, why can't they bring those back?
Well, that's kind of what this felt like to me.
Yeah.
A super show that was not quite a pay-per-view. So you factor in all those things, plus the things like the pyro, the returning legends, that special feel. I was going to say as low as a C+ or as high as a B-. So if you want, I can get with you on a B-, pal.
Let's just agree on the letter grade and be cool with it. I think a B- sounds good.
Yeah, I can get with a B- totally.
Get with it. Now, here's the deal. How did you like the Shawn Michaels bumps? He bumps like a mother effer, I thought.
I got to be honest with you, pal. I may have been dozing. I may have been dozing.
He took a punch, took him down. He took a kick to the face off the apron from the Undertaker. They put him through the table at the end. Like, he's all in. And
I've been telling you
I think he's a dirtbag scumbag, but I still when his music hits, it's still like, I'm just a sexy boy.
Well, for sure. I mean, dude, everyone.
But I hate.
First of all, you hate his behavior from the 90s.
I do.
And second of all, everyone else has already known this for a long time. Like, don't let that affect your enjoyment of this.
You know what else I hate, though? And it's 2018. It's 28. I hate this about Shawn Michaels in 2018. He's coming out with the Sexy Boy and the Heartbreak Kid. Heartbreak Kid does not wear a Walker Texas Ranger cowboy hat. Like just the rancher Shawn Michaels look with the jeans and stuff. I know that's what he does. I know that's him and that's how he looks. But I don't know. I want to. Triple H gets all Triple H'd up for his matches. I just want to see Shawn Michaels get all Shawn Michaels up.
Well, for his matches, let's give him a shot, pal.
Let's give him a shot, pal.
You know,
I doubt it. You think he'll have hearts with broken hearts on his pants?
I think we haven't seen the last of the Heartbreak Pants.
All right. Do you think the match will be Shawn Michaels and Triple H, those theme songs when they come out, or you think they're coming out DX style?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a Survivor Series of some sorts. I don't know if it's just going to be like a tag match with the four of those guys, or if it's going to be 8-on-8 or something.
It might not make it. It might not make it the Survivor Series. Listen, they like to roll these. They might give it to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I've heard another rumor about Saudi Arabia too.
Tell me, Bubba.
I don't know if it's going to be this time, but you know how those they're going there like twice a year.
Yeah.
I heard that sometime in 2019, they're going to give either WWE and or The Rock somewhere between 20 and 25 million if he comes in as champion.
Pal.
What?
How do you even argue with that? You know what I mean? Like, pal. Like, take the money and run. If you can get the, what's funny is, like, they're like, we'll give you $25 million if you can get The Rock to come in as champion. Guess what? The WWE is going to have to pay The Rock $25 million to do it because he makes a lot of money for his movies. A lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I don't know if he's making 25 million off of a movie.
I know, but I mean, it's
probably in that neighborhood, though.
He's going to command quite a bit. He's going to make Brock Lesnar's money look like chump changeroo.
Well, I mean, we got to remember, though, like The Rock can go as far as to say, I'll be there, but he can't control if he's the champ or not.
Give him the belt.
I'm trying to think if I'd have a problem with this.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like, I didn't like when he beat Punk for the title at that Royal Rumble a few years ago. Yep. A lot of us were opposed to that. But in today's day and age, like, I mean, would I rather see The Rock as champ than Roman Reigns? Yeah.
WWE fans do have an issue when they come back from Hollywood and win stuff right away.
Correct.
Remember the Batista issue with the Royal Rumble? That was a backfire city.
Same with Rock and Punk.
Yeah.
But like, so here's a good example. Yeah. So I'd rather see The Rock champ than Roman, but I think I'd rather see AJ champ than Rock. I'll
tell you a movie star that I'd like to see win the championship.
Say it. I know it.
The Miz.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Arquette.
No, The Miz. When he's done filming the Marine 16 or whatever the heck he's doing next, give him the belt.
Isn't he already done? Isn't that movie already out?
Marine 16. I think there's a 7. I don't think there's.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean, like whatever Marine he's filming, I think is done, right?
But they're always filming Marines.
That's true.
When are they done? They never close the set on the Marines. The catering table stays up. What are you, nuts?
Well, you heard it here first. The Marine 16 is happening, says Jerry Valeri. Anything else you want to mention?
We only need 9 more to go, and they've already got 4 of them in the can, I bet. That's all. I'm good.
Well, listen, we've got another busy week for you today. We've got today. We're going to give you one tomorrow after Raw, and we're going to give you one Wednesday after SmackDown. So, of course, keep it right here on the 103 GBF Rocks YouTube channel. For myself, The Rob, my tag team partner in podcasting, Jerry Valeri, we will see you tomorrow on Post to Post. What do you think?
My balls was hot.